Right now we're in Hollywood. We showed a film, and people, I knew they would like it, but they loved it way more than I thought. I knew everybody would like it a lot. So the energy's high. I'm optimistic and really happy for John and Scooter, because something like this can propel them to a completely different level. And I'm just really happy and really proud of everyone for how they elevated their game. People stepped up, and a lot of times in life, people don't rise to the occasion, and this is a time where they did rise to the occasion. How do I balance a film with home life, with work life, with everything? The answer is I don't. I definitely got way out of shape doing this stuff, and I'm rebalancing some areas of my life. So I would love to have some heroic answer how I'm a Superman who's able to balance everything at once. And I was not at the gym like I usually was, and I'm getting back in shape and feeling great, and I'm restoring that balance in my life. Hoax is a film about truth. What is truth? Is the news truth? Is anybody telling the truth? Can you even know the truth? Is that a fool's game? But more importantly, it's a film reaching out to a younger audience, people under 40, the Gen X generation, the jaded generation, and it's going to give people tools to talk about. It's a film that, if you're going in there expecting it to be some kind of propaganda for any side, you're going to be surprised. It's going to start a conversation in a positive way. That's what makes it great. My inspirations artistically may be surprising, but Pumping Arnold with George Butler, I think, is the most significant documentary of 5 decades, and a lot of people go, well, that's kind of a dumb answer. Well, actually, it's not. If you go to the gym and you lift weights and you pump iron, you do that because Arnold Schwarzenegger did a documentary with George Butler, and I always thought, I want to do a film like that, that starts some kind of movement, that starts some kind of cultural connection, some kind of cultural move. So Pumping Iron is, in my opinion, the most influential work of art in terms of film. In terms of who I admire, I often joke that I always wanted to be interesting enough to be a character in a Tom Wolfe novel, thinking, of course, of Bonfire of the Vanities. And I would say that I've made that. I've hit that measure. For over a year and a half, I've kept saying it's going to get worse, and it is going to get worse. By that I mean there will be more violence on both sides. Both sides will ratchet it up. There will be more toxicity, more anger, more outrage, and it's going to get worse. When will it shift? I think we're already beginning the shift. I think Kanye entering into this area created a shift. I think that conversations, I think the shift is already happening, and we're going to see, not now, it's going to get worse. It's going to get much worse, and I just hope that I don't end up in a documentary where the last scene is I got killed by Antifa or something, because that's a realistic possibility in my life. But people are getting tired of that, and the shift is going to go towards solutions, and that'll probably happen in early to mid-2019, probably mid-2019. Yeah, a lot of people wonder, what am I going to do next? And I've done the big movie now, I've done the book, and I actually want to write a novel, a great fictional novel. And I feel like I can, because every douchebag moves to LA and they're going to write a book, and they're going to make a film, and nobody ever does. I've done both. So I think that I can write a wonderful synopsis of the human condition, having lived it with other people, and fictionalize it in a way that maybe, well, it wouldn't be on Tom Wolfe level, but maybe approaching that as an aspirational goal, to be able to write like Tom Wolfe. My message to people is that we need to be nice to each other, and that includes me, and I haven't always been nice. And learn from my example. I'm not asking you to do anything I don't want to do. Be nice to each other. Doesn't mean we can't be adversarial, but there's a way to be decent to one another and recognize that we're dealing with human beings, and people disagree, and we need to talk to each other more. That's a little cliche, but it's not cliche because people aren't doing it, right? It would be cliche if I said, well, we need to talk to each other. That would be cliche if everyone was doing it. But most people aren't doing that. So that would be my message. Have these conversations, lighten up, start from the proposition that the person you're talking to is not evil, because that's rare. The person you're talking to is wrong.